Hello out there in the interwebs. You've got your tubes tuned to Kennel Brownie, and I am in F5 mode. I have been busy. Yes. Oh, come on, get into my head. There we go. I have been busy. Look at this. I made a castle. Yes, loyal viewers, I have made a castle. I have been busy. I am also lying. I have not made this castle. This is another one of the mods, and it's a really nice one. Yes, it is a really nice mod. It's that same one that makes the weird little ore spires and a bunch of other little structures on the overworld. And one of the structures you can find is a castle. And if this is the only mod you have installed, this can be a really nice way to start out if you can start close to a castle. I mean, look at this. Helmets, foods, more foods. So much foods available. Here in the middle, we've got this. I think that it has water under it. Nope, it doesn't. I thought it did and I was wrong. We just put some water under that and hey, you're golden. And of course it has a whole bunch of books. But this is going to be my temporary base. And I might not have been busy building stuff, but I have kind of been busy dying. I have been getting my butt kicked by zombies and stuff. This is why you can see I've got me some actual armor now, because I got tired of dying. So we're going to work on getting all of my stuff over into here, or at least some of my stuff over into here. And I'm also going to show you guys some more stuff from Tinker's Construct, because kill the cow. Anyway, because I am ready to get a nice pick. As you can see here, I've got this brown pickaxe, which is from Tinker's Construct. Let's mine some of this. You get bronze from smelting tin and copper in the smeltery. And of course, like I said before, you get cool. You get double ingots for it. And that did slime. Alright, so once we get back to my little temporary base, I will show you guys some of the stuff. Well, I can tell you a bit about it. You can see my little pick here. It's got a bronze head. It's also got a green handle. That's because I used a slime crystal. I believe I briefly mentioned them in my first video, but there's a lot of different materials that you can make stuff out of in Tinker's Construct. And one of the best materials for handles is a slime crystal. Now there's two different kinds of slime crystals. There's green slime crystals, which you get from killing green slimes, and there's blue slime crystals, which you get from killing, well, you can make from the stuff you get for killing blue slimes, or you can grow them. Sploosh. Alright, so over here we have a slime tree. These are my preferred method of getting slime balls, at least until I make like an actual slime farm. But this is a bunch of little weird leaves, and we'll just punch one. And since that is not technically wood, the mod that makes leaves decay quickly will make the whole thing decay. Now just punch those down, and those. And I love the sounds it makes. All slimy. So, you saw I got a gelatinous slime from one of those leaves. And you get about one every tree. And of course you get the congealed green slime for the trunk, which you can take apart to make 4 slime balls. Now, to make those useful, you need some dirt, you need some sand, and no, I don't have any sand on me. I wonder where I will get sand from. So, I'll just show you guys how to make one of them. You need 4 slime balls, 1 sand, 1 dirt, and you get slimy mud. And you can do it with blue slime balls and you'll get blue slimy mud. You take that, smelt it, and you get the appropriate slime crystal. You get either green slime crystals or blue slime crystals. Blue slime crystals are the best material for making handles out of. At least as far as raw durability goes. There's some people like paper handles because of being able to get more mods on stuff, but I like having a decent amount of durability on my things. So yes, the smeltery. I wanted to show you guys my new pick that I'm going to make. I'm going to need this. So, once you get your smeltery all set up, you get your faucets. I showed you guys how to build one of these last time. You get your seared tank full of lava. You get your basin, your faucets, all your stuff. You go over to the part builder. Well, first you start with the stencil table. And usually you'll start off making a pickaxe head because, well, that's one of the most useful things you can have. So you take your pickaxe head, you put it over here, you put a bit of stone here, and see I've got a sword blade in there, and you can make a stone sword blade out of a cobblestone. And then, if you take that little stone blank that you made, put it on here, and you put some either gold or aluminum brass. I usually use aluminum brass just because I always have a tough time getting gold. Aluminum brass is 3 aluminum to 1 copper, and that will give you 4 ingots of aluminum brass. And it takes 1 ingot to make each cast. So all you do, you just right click, get out of there. You just right click your thing into it, like that. And then you right click the faucet and it'll pour the aluminum brass on it. And then once it cools, you can take the ingot and then you take the cast. I've already made a cast for the pickaxe. And you can go in here and you can click on your various things to put them at the bottom. And at the bottom is where you draw from. What I'm going to be using is this alumite, which is made from iron, obsidian, and aluminum. Now you'll be wondering, how did you get some obsidian? Well, I've done some wandering around and I found a village. And in those villages there are tinkerers' huts. And in those tinkerers' huts you can find a whole bunch of different bits, like usually stone blades, flint signs, etc., etc. Pretty often you'll find some obsidian stuff in there. So if you take an obsidian piece, toss it into the smeltery, it'll smelt it. So I did 1 obsidian, 1 iron, and 2 bits of aluminum, and that was enough to get me 1 ingot of alumite. Yeah, it compresses it down pretty hard, but alumite is some really good stuff. And bed. I have been getting my butt kicked at night. Loyal viewers, you would not even believe. Having mechanism installed makes nighttime a nightmare, because all the fancy new mechanism armors, they just love to spawn on the zombies and the skeletons and just make your life miserable. So, once you have your ingot in there, or your cast in there, right click the faucet, and I really hope that's the alumite. It is! Alumite is bright pink. So, not the sword, and not the sword. Alright, so we'll put those away. Now what I need to make a pickaxe, I need a tool binding and a tool rod. Now the best thing in my opinion for tool bindings is paper, because it gives you another modifier for your thing. And then, like I said before, the best thing for handles is the blue slime crystals, which you can see right there. It says handle modifier ×2. And it shows the bow stuff, but I don't really care about the bow stuff. And to make a tool rod, it only takes half of a thing, which is why you get this slime shard. So I'll just leave that in there and see, I can get me another tool rod if I wanted. Then I go over to the tool forge, which is the same as a tool maker, but you do some other stuff to it. I'll show you the recipe in a second after I make my new pickaxe. Now see, alumite, the reason I want the alumite is because, see that mining level cobalt? That means it can mine, as far as I'm aware, everything. There is nothing that this pick will not be able to mine. And you can see it's got an effective durability of almost 1800, which is a lot of durability. And I have 4 modifiers I can put on it. I don't really have anything to make those modifiers right now, but this thing is going to be awesome. What shall I call it? What shall I call it? You are the mountain cleaver. Mountain cleaver. Do. Now, I've got 2 of these iron broadswords because I thought that I could put those broadswords in here. But as I'm clicking, you may or may not be able to hear me clicking, but I'm clicking, and they don't go in there. So that made me sad. Rapiers should go in there, but I'm not sure yet. Once I get some stuff, I'm gonna make just 1 rapier to try to put in there. But I'm going to harvest some things, and I'll be back in a second. And we're back. Now you might have noticed when I came by from the castle the first time, you might have seen these little weird things. And then I promptly went right over the little hill here. These are ender amethysts. And as you can see from the texture on there, looks like it belongs in the end. I don't know if the mod author intended for it to only spawn in the end, but it does spawn in the overworld. It's pretty rare. It's not quite as difficult to find as diamonds. I mean, I just stumbled over some right here. But they're also not as easy to... You can't really pinpoint them like you can diamonds. Like, I'll probably show a little bit of diamond hunting tips after I get going, but you can't really aim for ender amethysts much as I might like to, because they are, I think, the best natural occurring thing to make just about anything out of, really. I'm actually going to use them to make some rapiers, because I really like the rapier. It is hands down my favorite melee weapon. And they are really powerful. So I'm going to keep grabbing my stuff, and I think we'll meet back up once I have everything back at the castle. So, yay. So I'll catch you again. And I'm back, and I'm all moved in. Well, kind of all moved in. I just came back from the last run, and I got hurt a little bit. I just tussled with an Enderman and a baby zombie. And the baby zombie gave me some rotten flesh, which I can actually show you guys something pretty cool. Now, you might have noticed a weird kind of brown wing thing on my hotbar. And that is not a brown wing. No, that's monster jerky. And you can make jerky out of all kinds of stuff. Come back here. It's also getting nighttime, time to sleep. Anyway, these little, yay, these things are drying racks, which are very nice. They are, what are they? They are Tinker's Construct. Ooh, I have glowstone on the roof. I didn't even know that. Anyway, these drying racks, you can put your various meats in there. Rotten flesh, you can do fish, you can do beef, you can do pork. Pretty much anything you want. You can also put your tools in it. It makes for... See? Sure, it's a really cool way to let you display your stuff. And then if you want it back, you just right click on the top. But if you put various foodstuffs on it, it will eventually become jerky. And it's a nice way to get some food if you don't want to, spend the charcoal or regular coal to do it. So I'm going to let those dry, and let's see. I'm going to get my new smeltery installed first, I think, because I've got a lot more smeltery blocks, as I'm sure you've noticed, and that's because that same village that I got the little bit of obsidian from also had a smeltery. It doesn't have a full-on smeltery. They'll spawn with everything, well, they just spawn with a whole bunch of seared bricks and a couple of casting basins and tables. But they don't have any faucets, they don't have a controller, they don't have the drains. But they're still very, very cool. And, I thought they had a ladder there. No matter. I'll probably start my mine down on one of those. Where's the ladder? There's the ladder. I want to do my smeltery not here. Trying to get the lay of my new home. I want that tower. How do I get that tower? I can take this way, but I don't think this is the way you're supposed to take. Alright, well, this will work. Let me see. How about the roof? Will that make a nice one? That'll make me a nice big smeltery. Alright, so I mentioned in the first video that you can make your smeltery in a lot of different shapes. It still has to be rectangular. It might need to be square. We shall soon see, won't we? Give me back that and that. Because, again, I'm already forgetting my own advice. I can have these be like that. Do 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 do. Give me back that corner piece, because I'm gonna need them, I think. Do do do. Alright, so we need our tank. In fact, we don't need that one. We're going to go ahead and put our tank right here. We're going to go ahead and put our controller right here, I think. Controller. Yes, that's another one of the mods. You saw the thing pop directly into my hand? That's another one of the mods, which is pretty cool. That was a miss. It automatically puts similar things back in your hand. So, for example, when I run out of these seared bricks, it puts another seared brick back in my hand. And sweet, and you can see right there it's working. Let's put down a table and a basin. Put in our faucets. And let's build this thing up. Because it does not have to be just, the one high. You can make it, I think, theoretically as high as you want. I had the one in my other world. You guys did not get to see it because I rebuilt it differently. But they used to only be able to be 3x3. So I had a 3x3 one going up a good 20 levels or so. And this one, looks like I can get at least one more. That'll give me a nice big smeltery. Do. Ah, get out, get out, get out, get out, get out! I don't want blood in my smeltery. Huzzah. Yes, if something gets damaged in your smeltery, it will put some blood in it. I don't remember if I showed you guys. I don't know if you guys had the opportunity to see that, but I had some blood in my other one before I tore it down. Alright, now I've got the smeltery, it's got fuel, and it's got a whole lot more space for me to put stuff in. And I'm probably going to start doing a whole bunch of iron in it, because I need a whole bunch of iron. I need a whole bunch of everything, really. How am I supposed to get up there? I'll tell you how I'm supposed to get up there. Oh, that's how I'm supposed to get up there. Herder. There's the way up. Alright. I'm going to get my mining shaft going, and I will be right back. I'll show you guys the most efficient way to get diamonds. Oh, actually, before I do that, let's go ahead and make us a rapier, because I really do want a rapier. I will need that. I will need this thing, and I will need to make a different wide guard, so I will need that. And I don't need that because I am making it out of ender amethyst, which I believe is the best thing to make a weapon out of. Not counting the imbued weapon. Boing. Alright. In here's where I want to put my other tinker stuff. Tool forge. I'll put my crafting station there. Stencil table. Now for the stencil table, you want to have the stencil table close to the part builder with a pattern chest over like that. Because then you can easily grab your stencil from there. No, I think I got these backwards. Yes, I want move you and you. Because if you put your pattern chest next to your part builder, there, and you see you can have all of your patterns show up over here. Alright, and I need to look in here. This is the rapier, so I need to make that little thing. So I need to make that little crossguard, which is this one. And I forgot to grab my paper. And it also looks like I need to go to bed. Where's the sun? I can't fly. I miss flight so much. I really, really do. And I don't think it's imminently going to be dark. There we are. Paper. Alright. Get back over here to my stuff, and I will show you why I like the rapier. Alright, so crossbar out of paper, sword blade out of ender amethyst. See, there's that base attack of 2.5 hearts. Even Menulin has a base attack of, I believe, 2 hearts. And like a derp, I forgot to grab my stuff. Alright, we'll go down, grab the things, swing by the bed, take a quick nap, because my nice little castle here is not at all lit up very well. My room is, not much else is. And I do not need a chicken. I do need a chicken, but I do not need monsters popping in while I'm trying to make a sword. Oh, and as you can see there, all of my meats have turned into jerky. Monster jerky. I like the monster jerky. It's nice to, you know, So you zombies thought you were going to eat me? Well, I'm going to kill you and eat you. Because I'm playing Soviet Russia, apparently. Alright. We'll toss all of these in here. I also like to toss my casts into the pattern chest, because it's an easy way to remember where they are. Now then, part builder, give me my tool rod. And you can do that, make your tool rod, turn over here to the tool forge, repair, boop, boop, a doop. Now then, you'll see it only does 5 damage. And you might be thinking, Kennel, why are you so excited about a sword that only does 5 damage? Well, let me tell you. This thing, see how quickly that is? That's how quickly it does damage. It's not like the regular sword where you smack them and then you have to back off and wait for their little invulnerability period. No, this thing, you can just straight mow them down. It is very nice. And it also cuts through armor. Now, if this was vanilla, it probably wouldn't be that awesome. I mean, you know, you have the occasional zombie or skeleton that has armor, but it wouldn't be, you know, the most awesomest thing ever. But, like I was talking about earlier, with the mechanism, and with a lot of the other mods, there's a lot more stuff with armor on. So having this to go right through it is very nice. And nope, looks like the Tinker's Construct weapons can't go in the Mountain Blade stuff, which makes me sad. You used to be able to, but you can't anymore. That's about that. So I'm going to get down to diamond level and give you guys just a real quick basic tutorial on how to get a whole bunch of diamonds real quick. Well, the most efficient way to do it anyway. So I will be back. And I'm back, and I am on level 10. You can see... Get out of here, any eye. You can see over here, I am at Y level 10, which is the best place to go looking for diamonds. They will spawn, I believe, from level 15 and lower. But level 10 is right about in the sweet spot. So, the basic way to do it is pick a direction, mine that direction for a little while. This is why having a shovel is nice. Anyway, you build your little shafts out at level 10. Could there be more dirt in the way? Jeez. I'm going just right through a thing of dirt. And now gravel too. All the annoying stuff is in joining the party. Alright, so then you also do little poke holes. Because that lets you see all the stuff over there. And sassafras and dirt. And you get to see everything over there. And then don't poke there, don't poke there, don't poke there. Poke here. So yeah, you skip 3, and then you do another poke hole. And alright, fine, I'll do a poke hole through the stupid dirt. Just because I'm showing you guys how this is done. Alright, so yeah, you go 3, every 3 you do a poke hole out either side. And this is, I believe, the most efficient way of getting diamonds. I say as I don't get any diamonds at all. Yeah. Oh, I love that feature. Yes, in Tinker's Construct, if you... I don't know why it doesn't work for if you have it in the first slot, but if you have your tool in the second slot, whatever you have in this slot, I usually do torches, but you can put blocks as well. If you right click, you will put it down. So that's why I can do like that. And of course my next poke hole place is going to be right where some gravel is. And of course, if you set your torch down quick enough, the gravel will just break on it. Which is always a nice thing, but I am not dealing with that stupid gravel anymore. I am tired of it. Ooh, yellowite. And then, of course, you can find other interesting stuff like yellowite. This is just the best place for showing you guys stuff, isn't it? That's what I think of you, gravel. Alright. Well, I think that will do it for now, because I've got a lot of mining to do. I need to get me some resources, get me some diamond, get me some stuff, get me all kinds of things. And this is just how I dig down. Dig down a little 2x2 spiral, and you'll have just enough room to go between here, so you'll have your step, and you can step through. And this is how I get down to whatever level I want to go to. If I want to get down, I dig down in a spiral like this. But this will about do it. I need to do a bunch of off-camera stuff to at least get me kinda settled. I mean, I haven't even found a diamond yet, and it's about time that I find a diamond. But we shall get to that next time. I'll also show you a couple more Tinker's Construct things. Like, for example, there's a really cool modifier that I'm going to be putting on this pick off camera. And I'll show you what that is next time. And I'll also show you the cool thing about the Tinker's Construct axe. But, as I keep saying, that's for next time. So, I will see you guys next time. Bye.